Thank you very much. My name is Marty Dobrow. I'm a communications professor here and the 2014-15 Humanics professor. You have arrived at hour number 3 of TomWaddellDay. Hopefully that's where you want to be. I know it's where you want to be. It's where I want to be. This has been an amazing first 2 hours. Some people have been with us since the beginning. Some people have just joining us during this third hour. And just a real quick recap of what we've had. We had a wonderful film tribute to Tom Waddell during the first hour, and a tribute also, a greetings from Sarah Waddell Lewinstein and Jessica Waddell Lewinstein. During the second hour, we had a proclamation from the mayor of Springfield, Dominic Sarno, making this Tom Waddell Day in the city of Springfield, which was a very nice touch. We followed that up with Jeffrey Pike from the Federation of Gay Games with a wonderful presentation about the history of the gay games and Tom Waddell's involvement with it. And then we had this wrenchingly beautiful panel discussion from members of the class of 1959 and friends of Tom Waddell's, people who were affected by his story, and people were just so deeply in their heart. It was just beautiful. And if you didn't get a chance to see that, I believe this entire presentation is being videotaped. If you are looking for a deep, rich, poignant life experience that will take you to the deepest place of your heart, I recommend watching that video. It was just amazing. So we have arrived at the crescendo here, and I had prepared a lengthy introduction or a detailed introduction of Rob Kearney, but I'm just going to ditch it because we're running low on time, and you're here to hear Rob and not me. Let me just say that Rob is a modern-day Tom Waddell. We heard in that video about Tom Waddell being both a gentle and a strong man, and I think we will see the same in our very own and most remarkable Rob Kearney. Rob, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Well, hey everyone, this is kind of cool. Crowd filled up, making me all excited. Actually, I was just looking at Joey right before I came up to speak, and I was just wondering, I was like, I think I'm a little bit nervous. I mean, this is the first time I've given a speech, or first time I've ever given a keynote address, ever, and first time I've given a speech since I spoke at my high school graduation in 2009. And now, as I'm slowly realizing it, I'm not nervous, I'm actually just hungry. Surprise, surprise, the big strong man is hungry. So, what we're gonna go over today, we're gonna try to have a little bit of fun. I didn't want to just come up and talk to you. I would get bored of hearing myself. So I have a lot of pictures, have some videos. We're gonna talk a little bit. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself, sorry. We're gonna go over my athletic background, where I come from, coming out as the first openly gay professional strongman competitor on an international level, relating it to what we're here for today, in recognizing Tom's bravery, the social possibilities, and then just recapping with some final thoughts, and hopefully we have some time for questions if anybody has any. So, we are going to track back to 2003, Rob Kearney in 7th grade. Now, when I show this picture, I give you 7.3 seconds to laugh, and then it has to stop, okay? There we are. Yeah. Eat your hearts out. That's me. Spike tips and all. Backstreet Boys got nothing on me. So, 7th grade, all throughout growing up, I was a baseball player. That's all I wanted to do. I played rec basketball. Now, I was the kid when I played rec basketball that I would shoot the ball no matter where I was in the court. Get inbounded to me, I would shoot it across the court. Didn't matter. I sucked. So, when I didn't make the basketball team in 7th grade and middle school, surprise, surprise, what did I go out for? Cheerleading. Now, if that wasn't a sign that I was gay in 7th grade, you might as well have just smacked me up the side of the face with a rainbow and called me Sparky. So, going on into high school. Still battling with this whole thing. I didn't know if I was gay. I was still going back and forth. I decided, you know, I was a bigger kid, might as well play football. So I played football my freshman and sophomore years, started weightlifting, really enjoyed it, and then my junior year, I get approached by some of the girls on the cheerleading team. Surprise, surprise. And they recognized me from middle school when I was a cheerleader. So, here we are, Rob Kearney, high school cheerleader. And hey, I was good. I mean, I was all state and all American. So I had something going for me at least. Moving on into college. So high school goes by. I actually got recruited to a couple of D1 programs for cheerleading, and I turned them all down to come to Springfield College. That's right. So I come to Springfield College, and staying true to my roots, what do? I joined the cheerleading team. They even put me up in a stunt, which was unbelievably impressive. I weighed about 220 pounds in that picture on the right-hand side of your screen. The girls on the team lifted me up, so I was pretty impressed. So as I'm going through college and tracking back a little bit to high school, I started in this world of strongman and weightlifting. And I found Springfield College. I wanted to be an athletic trainer, so that's what I came here to do, but I also found that they had the Springfield College powerlifting team. Now, the powerlifting team is actually one of the reasons why I came here in the first place as well, because I knew that lifting is something that I could actually excel at. When we're kids, we always say, oh, I want to be a professional athlete. Well, I knew I was never going to be a pro baseball player or a pro football player, but I knew I could be good at something, and that's when weightlifting came into the picture. So I decided to join the Springfield College powerlifting team, and there I am. That's my sophomore year. I think I was deadlifting around 550 pounds in that picture, weighing in at 198 pounds. I'm a little bit bigger now. So I went with my powerlifting career, did pretty well, became a Massachusetts state champion, won the Junior Olympics in 2010. Not bad. So then I decided I wasn't really as athletic as I wanted to be, because I still had my football roots and still wanted to be kind of athletic. So I found this world of strongman. Now, who here can raise their hand and say that they know what strongman is? Exactly. So strongman is exactly what you see on TV with World's Strongest Man. These massive, enormous guys lifting stones, lifting logs over their head, and pulling trucks. That's what I do. So currently, I am competing as a lightweight pro in the strongman. I compete internationally all around the country. And throughout this entire time, yes, I was successful. Yes, I did pretty well at my sports, but I never really reached that next level that I wanted to be at. That was until, I kind of realized I'm 22 years old, pretending to be a heterosexual man my entire life. And one day, I just kind of wake up and it hits me, Rob, why the hell are you doing this? You're not happy. This isn't you. I was in a long-term relationship that I was not happy with. I faked being happy every single day, and that is unbelievably tiring and stressful to do day in and day out. So finally, I said, you know what, screw it. That's what brings us to this. Now, I told my boyfriend, Joey, who's here today, that I was going to try to embarrass him as much as possible, so let's try to do that. So I finally, like I said, I wake up and I realize, this isn't me. I need to be true to myself, and I need to be happy finally. So we're going to go over how Joey and I met and where this is all going to now. So this past summer, it's late August. I'm working as a bouncer in a bar, and Joey comes in with a few of his friends, and, I don't think anything of it. I'm just working another night at the bar. I wasn't expecting to meet somebody. His friends decide to get a little bit too rowdy. One of them, she spills a drink on me. So he comes over, the gentleman that he is, and apologizes for her. So he comes over and he apologizes. Him and I start talking. And in my head, I'm thinking, all right, he's cute. I don't hate this. This is something I could get used to. So Joey and I, we talked for a little bit over a week. So we talked that night, end up exchanging numbers before he leaves the bar. And we talked for a little bit over a week before I finally worked up the courage to ask him on our first date. We just did dinner and movie, very cliche, I know, not too exciting. But luckily it's turned out into this 8-month-long amazing relationship, which relates into me coming out. So this was in the beginning of October. I decided to come out in the Modern Day People's Magazine via Facebook, and I made a post. So it's my Man Crush Monday, if for all of you who knows what a hashtag is. It goes to this guy, my boyfriend, Joey Lexio. The past few months have been crazy, but throughout all this, you've given me a reason to smile. So I guess this is me coming out and saying, I'm gay. Story about me making this post. I had been thinking about this for a couple of weeks. At the time that I posted this online, Joey and I had only been dating for 6 weeks. So fairly short of a time for somebody to be proclaiming this to the world that I'm gay. So I was thinking about this all day, and he gets home from work, and I go over his house, and I see him, and I just show him my phone. I'm say, hey, what do you think about this? I had it all written out, and everything was ready to go. And he just said, I mean, if this is what you want, and before he could finish his sentence, I hit post. So I knew this is what I wanted to do. And as you can see, it was taken in very well, over almost 2,000 likes, 140 comments, and the aftermath that ensued looks like this. So here I am. I'm a gay professional strongman. I knew I was going to be the first one, but I just didn't know that all this was going to come out of it. Shortly after I came out, I was contacted by a friend who wanted to do a story on me on his website. So I was like, okay, sure, no problem. So he wrote this beautiful story. Next thing you know, it starts getting picked up by a bunch of different news sources. Joey and I were on the Huffington Post. They did an article on us. We did a live interview with them as well. Perez Hilton tweeted about us. That was pretty cool. We were on the Conan O'Brien show. International news sources, Gay Star News, The Independent from England, Advocate.com, and we were also on TMZ doing interviews. So it was this whirlwind of media and really just absolutely crazy to think about. Because here I am thinking, okay, I'm just Rob Kearney. I really don't think there's anything special about me except I like dudes. What's the big deal about that? And I can lift a lot of weight. But other people just saw this as like groundbreaking and earth-shattering what I did in those simple words of I'm gay. So after I came out, I started to get a little bit more competitive in strongman. I had been good in national level competitions, always coming up just short of winning. Once I became true to myself and started being happy and took the stress out of pretending to be straight for so long, I took second place at America's Strongest Man. Not bad. So I take second place at America's Strongest Man. I'm feeling good. This qualifies me for the Heavyweight Amateur World Championships. So this actually just happened last month in the beginning of March in Columbus, Ohio. So here I am. I weighed in at 252 pounds at this competition. The next lightest guy weighed in at 317 pounds. I was a little bit outweighed. But that didn't really slow me down because I ended up taking fourth place at that competition. So these are my current rankings. I'm currently ranked second in the United States for middleweight professional strongman, ranked third in the world at 105 kilos, ranked fourth in the world as a heavyweight amateur, and at the contest back in March, I actually broke the heavyweight amateur world record log press and pressed 425 pounds over my head. So just to show you, I just have a little bit of clips, just so you can actually see what strongman is. So we're going to play a little bit of this. Hopefully it works for you. Video credit to Joey, by the way. This is all him. So this is the competition. Thousands of people watching. This dumbbell weighs 210 pounds. What we have to do is pick it up with two hands and press it overhead with one arm for as many reps as possible in 60 seconds. If anybody wants to try strongman, let me know. We have a great gym close by. Anybody can try it out. So we're going to skip around a little bit, and I just want to show you. I'm just going to fast forward through it, hopefully, and try to pull up the log press video so you guys can see what that is. Maybe. That's 600 pounds, by the way. You can hear the yelling in the background, too. So we're just going to show the progression of the log press. So the way this was set up, this is 345 pounds. And the bar increases by 20 pounds each repetition. So now we're at 365 pounds. So at this point of the competition, the bar's at 385 pounds. There's only 4 men left to lift this weight. Now, prior to this, my previous best was 380 pounds. So this is 5 pounds over more than I've ever done. Not bad. So now things get really serious. We're down to 3 people. The log is loaded to 405 pounds. I had previously missed 400 pounds at a competition in December. I was excited. And then this, the final video, is the world record log press of 425 pounds. It was me and a guy from the country, Georgia, the only 2 left to compete in this event. Maybe. We'll skip through this. Alrighty. Maybe. Can I skip the slide? Thank you, Media Services. If we can get to the... All right, that's fine. So, how does this relate to what we're talking about today? I'm sick of talking about myself, so we might as well relate it to why we are here. And that baby's adorable. So again, we're here today to recognize Tom's bravery and the work that he did in making the gay games and really pushing to support gay social justice. He wasn't trying to be special in any way. He wasn't really trying to be the face of gay athletes. He was just looking for a voice. He was looking for an outlet, looking for a way to get gay athletes recognized and give them the support that they deserve when competing in their sports. Now, one of the things that I kind of talked about, and one of the things I realized when I was getting ready for this was, I've been at Springfield College for 6 years. The first time I had heard of Tom Waddell is this year. Why is that? And I kind of realized that the lengths of, being politically correct can actually disenfranchise people. Society disregarding important people is everyone's concern, not just ours. The fact that I've been, a fairly prominent person on this campus for so long, and that it had taken me 6 years to hear of such an amazing man kind of struck me as something that, we need to change, and it's something we are doing. So I kind of wondered, how often does this happen? How often do people make social change and get brushed under the rug so people don't know about them? One of the things I researched was who here can recall the Matthew Shepard murder? Good. One thing I did notice, though, was it was all adults who raised their hands. So for those of you that don't know, Matthew Shepard was murdered in 1998. All of us were born then. This student, he was a gay college student, 22 years old, and he was actually lured out into the woods by 2 men. Over the course of 5 hours, they methodically beat him and maimed him, and finally tied him to a fence with barbed wire and was left there to die. He was luckily found, and then unfortunately he died 6 days later in the hospital.